Okay, so continuing our work in mail merge using Microsoft Word. So in the previous video, we did a basic example of how you can use mail merge. Okay. In this video, we have a slightly different assignment over here. So over here, we have the question with us. And over here, we are supposed to create mail merge for an envelope. Okay. So this is how the envelope is. So in this area, if you can just follow my cursor, in this area, the salutation, that is Mr., Mrs., whatever, should appear. Then the first name should appear, last name should appear, address 1, address 2, country, and then the contact number. And then all envelopes should have this message or this statement. If undelivered, please return to the following address. Okay. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to first create the envelope. So the envelope size is C5, which is 6.38 inches by 9.02 inches. And the envelope's orientation is going to be landscape. Okay. So let's go in order. Let us first create this envelope. So I'm going to take a blank Word document. I'm going to right click over here, take a new Word document, and I'm going to call it envelope, we'll say, for example. Okay. And the first thing that I'm going to do is get the right size. Okay. Get the envelope size. Okay. So I'm going to come to layout and I'm going to come to size. And we are looking for C5. So if you, okay, here you go. C5 is over here. Envelope C5, 6.38 inches by 9.02. Okay, let's confirm. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. In your computer, if you do not see this size, in your computer, do click on more paper sizes and then type the size over here. Okay, type the size over here. So the size is what? The size is, let me cancel this. The size is 6.38 inches in height, 9.02 inches in width. Okay. So let me get this done. I'm going to take it from over here. And right now my envelope is in portrait. As you can see, it's portrait right now. So I'm going to make it landscape. So in the layout tab, you have orientation, and I'm going to change this to landscape. Okay. Right. The next thing that needs to be done, is I need to get this on the envelope. Okay. So all the envelopes will be having this message. Okay. All the envelopes will be having this message. The only thing that will change in the envelopes is each envelope will have a different first name, last name, address, address to, country, and contact number. Okay. Right. So let me get that done. So I'm going to take a text box from over here. Insert tab, text box. And we say draw text box. So I draw a text box from here to here. And I say, if undelivered, please return to. I press enter. And I'm just going to copy this. I cannot copy. Bank of America. And I press shift enter because if I press enter, there's too much of a gap. Okay. The gap between the first line and second line is too much. So I don't press enter. I'm going to press shift enter. Okay. So the address goes as Charlotte, North Carolina. Shift enter. 1315 734 4022. Just take this one bit. Let's make this bold. Let's make it slightly bigger. Make it Arial maybe. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. And I want to get rid of this box, this text box. So by now you should be knowing how to get rid of it. So I'm going to make the border no color. Okay. So shape format. I have clicked on the border of the shape. Okay. Shape format, shape outline, no outline. Okay. Let's bring it somewhere over here. Yeah, this looks perfect. Right. So in this area, the contact details need to appear. The recipient's details need to appear. Okay, so let me get another text box. And let's draw it over here. Let's draw this over here. So I'm going to copy and paste right now. I cannot copy and paste. I keep forgetting. Salutation. So in this space, the salutation will appear. and there's going to be a full stop. Okay, so whatever salutation appears, it's MR, MS, whatever it is, or DR or REV, immediately after it, there's going to be a full stop. So I'm going to put that full stop now itself. Okay, thereafter, I'm going to keep, this is the space for the first name. I'm going to keep another space. This is for the last name. Okay. And then I'm going to press Shift Enter. You can press Enter, but when you press Enter, the gap between the first line and second line is too much. So I'm going to press Shift Enter. Thereafter, I want address 1 to appear. So I'm keeping this space for address 1. And then I want a comma to appear after address 1. So I'm now itself putting that comma. Okay, I hope you can see. Let me zoom in a lot more. Okay, then Shift Enter. Thereafter, I want address 2 to appear. And thereafter, I want that to be a comma. And then I want the country to appear. And then finally, in the next line, the contact number. Okay. Let's zoom out and see, is it appearing properly? I think I take a little more to the right, isn't it? Yes, somewhere over here looks ideal. Okay. Right. Okay, so let me get rid of this this text box border. I'm going to get rid of it. Shape format, shape outline, no outline. Okay. Right. Now it's time for us to get our contacts into Microsoft Word. Okay. It's time for us to import them. Okay. So in the previous video, I showed you can come into mailings and you can click on select recipients, use an existing list, and you can get them into Microsoft Word. I have shown you that way. Now I'm going to show you using a slightly different way of where we click type a new list. Let's assume we do not have a list created and we are supposed to create the list right now. Okay, let's assume that's the situation right now. Okay. Okay, so previously we learned how to use an existing list. Now we're going to learn how to type a new list and then connect it to your envelope. Okay, so my list is over here. I actually do have a list. Okay, so I'm going to show you how do you get this information. What if your past paper says type a new list? Okay, so you need to be prepared for that as well. So let me make these columns bigger so that I can see it. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to type a new list. Okay, so when we click on type a new list, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to customize the columns according to the columns that I need. So I need a salutation column, I need a first name column, a last name column, an address 1 column, address 2, country, and contact number. These are the columns I need. So I'm going to customize these columns according to my needs. Okay, so I'm going to click on customize. Instead of title, I'm going to rename this to salutation. And I'm going to click on OK. So first name is all right. Last name is all right. After last name, we need address 1. So I'm going to delete company name. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to delete it here. Delete it. Are you sure? Yes. So address line 1, address line 2. Thereafter, we need country. So I'm going to change city. I'm going to rename city to country and say OK. And the next column that we need is contact number. So I'm going to rename state to contact number. Now, if you want, you can delete all these remaining columns. These columns we do not need. If you want, you can manually delete them. Or if you want, you can keep them, but just don't use them. Okay. If you want the zip code and all that, you can delete them one by one, but it will take time to delete them. So just keep them, but don't use them. Okay. So I click on OK. So now my columns are ready. Let me make this wider so that you can see the whole thing. So now I'm going to start entering my information. Okay. So let me start Dr. Ross Geller. So Dr. Tab Ross Geller, address line 1 is 25 Hammersmith Lane. Address line 2 is New York. Oh, what happened here? Country is USA. Contact number is... Okay. So we go to a new entry. I'm going to click on I want a new entry. So then we have Mr. Chandler Bing. All of them, I think, have the same country. One by one, we do entry. I click on new entry. And then finally, Miss Rachel Green. So all of them are USA. All of them have the same contact number. Okay. So my list has now been created. My list has now been created, and these unnecessary columns, I'm just leaving them blank. Okay. Now I click OK, which means my list is now done. Then Microsoft Word asks me, do you want to save this list so that you can use it even later? Do you want to save it? So no problem. I'm going to save it in my folder. So I'm going to go into desktop. My folder is over here. I'm going to save it as my contact list number 2. Contact list 2. Okay. And I click on save. So my contact list has also been saved. Okay. Now it is time for me to tell my computer where each of those fields should appear. Okay. Let me zoom in. So over here, can you see all my columns are over here? Salutation column, first name column, last name column, address line column. Okay. All those columns are over here. Now I have to take these columns and place them in the right spots. Okay. So that then my computer will know where to display each information. Okay. So I very carefully select salutation. Make sure you do not select the full stop. Okay. And I come and say, put the salutation over there. Then I very carefully come and select the first name. I tell my computer, put the first name over there. Then I very carefully come and select last name. And I tell my computer, put the last name over there. Then I carefully select address 1 and I say, put address line 1 over there. Then we select address 2, tell my computer to put address line 2 over there. Then I select country, tell my computer to put the country over there. Then I select contact number. I tell my computer to put the contact number over there. So now I have told my computer where to put all this information. I'm just going to make one more change, which is I'm going to make this all bold. So I'm going to come to the home tab and make this all bold so that it looks slightly better. Now, before you do merge it, before you do finalize it, just come to the mailings tab, and click on preview results so that you're just confirming, does it look good before you finally merge it. So to me, it looks all right. I don't see a problem. I would only bring this slightly a little more down maybe. So let's switch off preview and let's bring this a little more down, maybe somewhere over here. Yeah, this is ideal. Let's check it now. Yes, now it looks a little better. Let's see the next record, how it looks. Looks all right. Okay, so if you're satisfied with it, let's go and merge it. Let's go and finalize it. Okay, so we click on finish and merge, edit individual documents. We want to merge all of them. Okay, so like what happened last time, can you see? A separate Word document has now been created. This is the document we did the merging on. Let's switch off preview. Let's switch off preview. This was the document we did the merging on. And this is the merged document. So can you see we have an envelope, or we have an envelope for each recipient. Okay, so we have for Ross, we have for Chandler, we have for Joey, we have for Monica, we have a Rachel. Okay, can you see Ross, Chandler, Joey, Monica and Rachel. For each of them, we have an envelope created, okay? Because if you were to go and do this manually, okay, take an envelope, type these details and type these details, it would take such a long time. But mail merge, you only type it once and then you connect it with your data source, and then immediately for each recipient, you have a separate envelope created, okay? So this is how mail merge is done, okay? I've shown you in two different ways. I hope it has been easy. I hope it has made sense. Okay. If any difficulties, do check the description. My contact number is there. You can get in touch with me. Okay. All the very best.